Hi, my name is Apipol, and I am the academic coordinator at the International Academic Forum. And today I am at the ASID ACP Asian Conference in Tokyo, Japan. And I have with me Dr. Miriam Sang-Ah Park from Nottingham Trent University. Dr. Miriam, would you introduce yourself to us, please?
Hello, I am Miriam, and I work in the UK as a psychologist. So I'm a research psychologist, and I am trained as cross-cultural psychologist, but these days I'm also interested in looking at older adults population.
Right, thank you. So Dr. Miriam is giving the presentation titled Getting Old, Staying Young, Studying Older Adults' Well-Being, and we have some questions for you. So first question is that about aging. So when we view aging, normally we would view it like something of a very scary process. You're getting older, you hit 60s and everything is down the hill. But could you share with us how can we view aging more positively? So why don't we start with at the individual level?
Sure. So I think it's all about the perspectives. I think we tend to view the older adults as frail and declining in health and functioning. And more we find with research evidence that that's not the case, that the older generation of these days are much younger, healthier, and still able and happy to continue with the things that they enjoy to do. So at the individual level, I think it really comes down to individuals getting older, thinking about their own lives, the trajectory of things that are happening around, and thinking about the things that they can still do, and making life meaningful in the ways that they can, so that they are not limited by their physical health declining or so, but that they're thinking about the things that are still meaningful, that they can still be useful doing and contributing to the society, the families, and generally across life.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I agree, because we're now more prepared than ever. 60 is still young.
It is.
It is,
Yeah.
right. So we talked about at the individual level. What about at the more structural, at the state level, policy making level, and possibly maybe at the international level? What do you think?
Sure. I think one of the things that we need to tackle is ageism in general. So I think we can start from not viewing older adults as like a group or specific group, but thinking about it more from the kind of lifespan perspective, how all of us are kind of getting older, and how to kind of prepare everyone towards that later part of the life. So there's not so much that you work and you're young and then you retire and become an older person, but everyone is on that kind of aging trajectory, and that we are all kind of thinking at the levels of how we can kind of continue to have meaningful life throughout, and how different societies can try to support that. And I guess some societies are more advanced than the others in that kind of level of preparedness, but I think it is something that we want to try to tackle at the global level, that we are trying to prepare the society and the populations for where we are going, because the percentage of older adults in the population is getting higher everywhere, and I feel that this is something that we need to try to work on more actively.
Right, thank you. And we're talking about gerontology in general. So we're talking about aging and all that. Besides, or in addition to gerontology, what field of study do you think could be included for the gerontology itself to become more interdisciplinary in coping with aging, or making positive aging possible?
Right, so we just had a keynote speaker who talked about the role of AI in old age. So that's one area in which we can try to use technology to assist with the aging process, or the kind of problems that come with aging. And I'm a psychologist myself, but I became really interested in aging because, mental health is such a big part. And without the mental health, you can't really have good health overall. So psychology would be another one. I work very closely with a colleague who's a sport and exercise scientist, and he looks at how reducing sedentary behavior can also help with positive aging. So I think pretty much any academic subject area can be looking into aging a bit more specifically now, and try to see the angle in which they can apply in looking at older adults and helping them age better overall.
Right, thank you so much. And what about in the gerontology field itself? What do you see as the future discussion academically in your field?
Right, so this is what I will talk about in the session tomorrow, but I think I want to tackle the kind of biomedical definition of aging, where we focus a bit too much on the problems and the decline, and then we try to look more at the positive functioning or the continuous functioning of people regardless of age. So in that regard, looking at gerontology, looking at it from the perspective of healthy aging or successful aging rather than just preventing problems or reducing problems per se. So I think that's the kind of angle that I would like to see.
Right, thank you so much. And last but not least, your message to future prospective IAFOR attendees.
Right. I'm really happy to be here because I think this is a unique opportunity to think about the angles from social sciences that we can apply to academic studies in general. And one of the things that I always want to tackle is the kind of focus on the problems per se. So in psychology, once again, too much focus on the kind of poor mental health or negative mental health, so that we try to look at the positive or the strong sides of human characters and functioning and personalities, that we try to tackle those to bring up more resilience, better well-being, so that we don't have to be thinking about the negative side of the story all the time.
Right, thank you so much. And that's Dr. Park from the ASID ACP Agent 2024.